This is like a reoccurring thing in this area for these types of trucks. Okay, awesome. And then Cameron, just for reference, I can hear you so much better when you're facing forward like that, just as we continue on through the stream. But again, yeah, as you can see, all of that shadow on the highway, that's not a shadow, that is the oil that's spilled, that's the fuel that's spilled. So again, crews are there, they're working on the scene. This is live footage from our Sky 12 drone. And again, we do know it was reported that this was carrying about 2,400 gallons of used motor oil. And as you can see, a lot of that has spilled. And as Cameron said, they were using some sand to try and keep it from getting into those green spaces. And we know that this is going to be a big backup for traffic this afternoon. Cameron was talking a little bit about those detours, but again, as you can get another look, you can see a lot of those cars turning around over there and making their way in other directions to sort of get out of this. But again, that westbound, those westbound lanes on I-20 moving just fine. Looks like there aren't even really many people on that side of the road, but we talk about this area being sort of a danger zone for these sort of trucks and big rigs and all of these things that are always happening. And you see those few trucks that are stuck there. So I know that they said this should be a prolonged closure. We don't know how long it's going to be closed, but definitely going to impede on some people's travel plans, Cameron, if they planned on going anywhere today.
Covering both lanes in the eastbound side heading towards Columbia. So if anybody is traveling, coming from Augusta, Atlanta, that area, try to use one of the earlier exits, such as exit 5, exit 11, or right now exit 18. However, we're not really sure how long exit 18 is going to be able to hold on, because as we were pulling up, the traffic backup was starting to come up. If you use GPS, you can start to see some of those lines, and normally it's orange or green. If you're using an iPhone, it's blue. Today it was black, which means it is at a complete standstill, and there's really no word on how quickly this is gonna resolve here, Kayla.
Yeah, and Cameron, just again, for those that are maybe just now joining the stream, maybe saw that traffic alert a few minutes ago. We posted it about 15-20 minutes ago or so. Maybe they were sitting in that traffic. Just kind of to summarize again what's happened here. This happened around 12:30. We're going on a little bit over an hour now. At 12:30 is when this happened, and we know that it flipped over, it tipped over, it's spilling about 2,400 gallons of this used motor oil. They said that by around 12:45, 1 o'clock, at least 100 gallons of it had spilled. And I mean, it just seems, hopefully, like you mentioned earlier, hopefully it's been plugged up. Hopefully they've found the hole that it's coming from. We do know that they did say that somebody was trapped into the vehicle but managed to get out and is safe. But we do have the drone footage still pulled up now, and you can just see car after car after car turning around. And if you're wondering where we're talking about, this is right on the exit, mile marker 22. I'll let Cameron talk about that a little bit more, but right by the Aiken airport. And Cameron, you just finished that drive over there, and I'm sure you were taking those detours like everybody else to get to the spot where you're at. And we're talking about this being an accident prone area for these cars. And here, once again, traffic is shutting down these lanes of the highway for probably hours.
Yes, Caleb, we don't know exactly how long it's going to take, but my experience with being out here during these accidents, it's definitely not a quick fix, and especially when it comes to a semi or a tractor trailer, whichever way you want to call it. These things definitely take time. It's a lot of weight. What they're carrying, they're going to have to be very cautious of what it is that they're doing. As we know, we don't want any sparks or any flames or anything like that, especially since it is used motor oil. And unfortunately, the way that this truck landed is not helping any of the officials out either, because it actually landed across both sides of the interstate on the eastbound lanes there. So right now, crews appear to be, what they're doing is trying to contain the motor oil. You made a reference earlier, that is not a shadow, that is motor oil. And you said they're carrying right around 2,400 gallons of motor oil, so there's a lot. With that, we're not sure if they're able to plug that up. Hopefully they have been able to do that. And eventually they're going to have to start cleaning up the road, so they can probably get the truck up on the side and get that righted away before they can even haul that truck off. As we were pulling up down eastbound on 20, we were able to get all the way up to exit 18. That's when you start seeing on your GPS, on your maps, that's where you're going to see the backup. It's not a red, it's not a yellow, it is completely black, which means it's a standstill. So we got off at exit 18. The next exit would have been exit 22. And that's where that exit is completely shut off right now. Officials up there have the on-ramp out of 20 completely off. I believe you can still get on going westbound. If you're heading back towards Augusta, heading towards Atlanta. But